Lioness on Paramount Plus, man. Just finished season 2. Let's get into it, y'all. Well, it looks like Paramount Plus have themselves another banger, man. Lioness has cooked for the second season in a row. Season 2 was a borderline masterpiece, man. You got the star-studded cast. You got Morgan Freeman doing his thing. He's been moved up as Secretary of Defense. You know what I mean, with the government. He's cooking in his role as usual, as the legend that he is. He's even funny at times with his bluntness. You have the beautiful Nicole Kidman, who is 57 but doesn't look a day over 30. She is the advisor, special advisement to the program, the Lioness program, special ops program. And then you have Zoe Saldana. Absolutely amazing as usual. She plays the leader of the special ops unit, Lioness. She has a group, she has a team that respects her, listens to everything that she tells them. She's a great leader, very blunt herself, and she even deals with her own personal problems as well outside of the group to show that she is human, despite being the badass that she is in her role in this show. Now, and Zoe, just like Nicole Kidman, just absolutely beautiful, man. You could paint her green with funny color lips and she'll still cook. But anyway, that's besides the point. This show delivers on a whole nother level, man, a whole nother scale with it comes to special ops units and military and terrorism. They're looking to stop a threat on terrorism, man. They have a new lioness, which is usually a female that infiltrates the opposing threat. And she goes undercover. You know, that's the basis of the Lioness program. And they have a new lioness who's playing that role. In this one, she's actually a helicopter pilot for the United States military. She infiltrates. You know, it was a good season. She played her role pretty well. She caught feelings for last year's lioness that went undercover, that they recruited into the team that went undercover. Those two build a relationship, and last season's lioness, she looks like more of a badass than ever. Very, very, very like straight to the point. She developed that last season. She was kind of like that coming in, but you can tell she's embraced her role with the team. The conflict that they face on duty, you know what I mean, within the team, within the with their higher ups, with completing the mission, their choices to complete their missions. There's a debate amongst the higher ups. With that, Michael Kelly plays also advisor and leader right alongside Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman's been burned a few times, so you can tell that's kind of her backstory in this whole thing. And then you have Zoe Saldana. She's dealing with her issues in the group and in her personal life, at home with her husband and 2 daughters. The conflict between her and her husband, with her having to leave on these dangerous missions. He's aware of how dangerous it is and that she may not come home. So he's at home pretty much being the mom and the dad, and he's a pediatrician with his job that's very demanding. And they have older girls, older daughters who are involved. They're in activities. You have a teenager who's playing the teenager, always difficult in this regard. She's the mouthy one, the Miss Know-It-All that, you know, you can't really fool her. If you try to treat her like a child, she's going to rebel. So she doesn't like the fact of her mom leaving as much as she is. She gives her a hard time like she did in the first season. But she's a little more aware this season of what's going on as well, despite her dad trying to keep all of that, you know, away from the girls. And then you have the younger one who's starting to pick up on these things, and she's involved in sports and stuff. So, Zoe and her husband, they go at it a few times about her leaving. You know, when she comes home, it's all love and, you know, they enjoy their time together. But when it's time for her to go for a mission, she gets a phone call. And whenever she gets that phone call, her husband cringes and, and the drama begins. And that's hard, and that weighs heavy on Zoe as the leader, of her special ops. She's very dedicated to the oath that she took with her team, and that presents a conflict. And she reminds her husband that you knew this when we got married. I was already a part of this special team, and this is my job. So you either deal with it or leave me, type of deal. So they go through that. She goes through trauma in her unit as well. Not with the unit, but on a mission. She gets severely injured, and that's when the drama really, really kicks in. You have to watch to see what happens with that for yourself. I don't want to spoil it too much for you. Which that was actually very, very big. The crew itself, like I said, you got the Lioness from last season and the Lioness of this season. Those two building a relationship, and you get the dynamic of them trying to hide it from the team. I imagine that's not, a good thing. You got to be able to put your feelings to the side. But there's two other members of the unit who were married at one point, but they're like badasses. So it seems like they can put their emotions to the side. They're no longer together. They're divorced. So yeah, and they bicker, and it's funny. The guys are guys, but they're very serious. And you got this veteran that comes in, that gives Zoe balance when it's time to go on the field. He's like, down to business. This is what we need to do. Let's move. Let's do this. You can tell he creates balance. Even though she doesn't like it at first, he creates balance. It's very, very good. When they go on these missions and the action kicks up, the action kicks up. It is very realistic. The detail, when it comes to their missions, the battle, the gunplay, it is off the charts. All the military warfare that goes on with the unit, the choppers, the tanks, it gets really, really, really good. They took the action up to another notch in the second season. I think everyone will enjoy this season when you binge watch it. It was better than the first one. Not to say that the first one was bad, so they took it up a notch, if you ask me. Very, very good. Very, very good storytelling here with this season. I won't give the ending away. But it ended, to me, it ended pretty good. I could definitely tell where some people would say they could have done more with the season itself, with certain parts of the story. But I love what they did. Paramount Plus has another banger, man. You have to see it to believe it. You won't be disappointed. Every single episode, you get action and you get storytelling. None of them were really slow to me. It was 8 episodes, all bangers. Check it out for yourself, man. Ron Wick, I'm out.